Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's visit to the Israel Synagogue in Melbourne has sparked mixed reactions after it was attacked by arsonists just days earlier. The arson, which occurred in the early hours of Friday morning, led to widespread anger within the local Jewish community, and Albanese's visit on Tuesday was meant to offer support. However, the mood was far from welcoming as the community expressed frustration and anger at the timing of the visit. Before the Prime Minister's arrival, community leaders were already on edge, anticipating protests. When Albanese stepped out of his car, he was greeted by a crowd of Orthodox community members and leaders. Among them was a heartfelt note pinned to the makeshift steel fence surrounding the synagogue, with one touching message from a 10-year-old Hindu girl, Ruth Sharma, voicing support for the Jewish community. Despite the gesture, the reception quickly soured as hecklers in the crowd began shouting at Albanese. Some called for his resignation, with others accusing him of being complicit in allowing such attacks to occur. The anger largely stemmed from the fact that the government did not immediately label the attack as terrorism, though Victoria Police later confirmed it as a terrorist incident. One Jewish community member, Janet, expressed her dismay at the government's delayed response, saying, "This is just a photo op." In contrast, Benjamin Klein, a board member at the Israel Synagogue, acknowledged the community's anger but emphasized the leadership's appreciation for Albanese's support. He added that the actions of a few protesters did not reflect the broader sentiment of the synagogue's leadership. Naomi Levin, CEO of the Jewish Community Council of Victoria, expressed similar sentiments, noting the wide range of emotions within the Jewish community. She pointed out that the rise of anti-Semitic hate was a significant concern for the community, which had been warning authorities about such incidents for over a year. In his speech, Albanese condemned the attack as an act of terrorism, fueled by anti-Semitism and hatred. He reiterated the government's commitment to supporting the rebuilding of the synagogue and ensuring the perpetrators are brought to justice. His words echoed the sentiment that Australia, as a diverse and peaceful country, should unite in the face of such attacks. In a follow-up to his earlier comments, Prime Minister Albanese reiterated his pledge to financially support the rebuilding of the Israel Synagogue. He emphasized that the attack was an affront to Australia's values of tolerance and inclusivity, adding that the perpetrators would not be allowed to benefit from their actions. The Prime Minister's visit included a brief interaction with a community member who had been present during the attack. He also shared a personal moment, mentioning that he had attended his first bar mitzvah over the weekend. However, the visit became tense as Albanese was surrounded by reporters, and some members of the crowd began to voice their discontent with his approach to the situation. In light of this, Albanese announced the formation of a special operations task force to address the rise in anti-Semitic hate crimes. This task force will be supported by various agencies, including the AFP, ASIO, Home Affairs, and the Attorney General's departments. In other political news, Opposition leader Peter Dutton has continued his aggressive stance on a range of issues, fueling the ongoing culture wars. Dutton's recent actions include criticizing Labor MPs for not addressing anti-Semitism in the community and making accusations about political interference in scientific research. His comments have drawn criticism from both Labor and other political figures, as he seems to prioritize divisive culture war issues over concrete policy proposals. Dutton's approach has been seen by some as a strategy to position himself as a strong leader, contrasting himself with Prime Minister Albanese's more conciliatory approach. However, critics argue that Dutton's focus on culture wars detracts from the pressing issues that Australian voters care about, such as the cost of living and climate change policies. Despite his rhetoric, Dutton's party has faced significant challenges in presenting a comprehensive alternative to Labor's policies. Labor has been successful in highlighting the lack of detailed costings for the coalition's proposed nuclear program, as well as the potential economic impact of Dutton's policies. As the next election looms, questions remain about whether Dutton can shift the focus back to practical solutions, rather than continuing to stoke division. Thank you for staying informed with Aussie Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to receive the latest updates on Australian news. See you in our next report.